Have you ever wondered how far your own mother would go just to protect a lie? Part 3. What if I told you the worst? Hadn't even come to light yet. Months went by. Chloe disappeared. Mom stayed silent. The trial was over, but something inside me didn't sit right. There was something in her eyes during that last hearing, something that looked more like fear than anger. One afternoon, while organizing old boxes in the attic of our new apartment, I found an envelope hidden inside a box marked Christmas 2004. I didn't remember putting it there. It was a letter. Old. Yellowed. Addressed to my father, but in my mother's handwriting. I opened it. The first few lines seemed normal, until I got to this. If this ever blows up, say it was my idea. I can take the blame. But she must never know she's not really our daughter. My heart stopped. I read it again. 3 times. She must never know she's not really our daughter. That she? Was it me? No. It couldn't be. I dug deeper. Checked old documents. Certificates. Dates. But nothing matched. My birth date, the address. Even the witness names on my certificate were different from Chloe's. I went to the civil registry. Requested access to the files. The clerk gave me a strange look but complied. What I found took my breath away. I was born in a different hospital than I'd always been told. Under the name of another woman, Lucia Vargas. Single. 19 years old. No father listed. 3 days later, custody was transferred to Owen and Erica Harper. No formal adoption. No judge. Just a signature. And a doctor who had already been dead for years. It was theft. Legalized. Or covered up. I called Aunt Mara, the only sane person in the whole family. She asked me to come see her. As soon as I walked through the door, she hugged me like she had waited her whole life for that moment. I wanted to tell you since you were a little girl, she whispered. But they forbid me. They said if I spoke, they'd cut me off from you. But yes, Sydney, you are not Erica's daughter. You were born to a very young woman in a rural hospital with no resources, and they took advantage of her. I couldn't breathe. My entire childhood, built on a lie. I'm not their daughter. That's why she hated me. That's why Chloe was always the real one. That's why it never mattered how much I did, how much I achieved, how much I stayed silent. I wasn't her blood. I was just a distraction that, over time, became a mistake. That night, I cried as if I was falling apart inside. But by sunrise, something inside me came back to life. Because in the end, my entire fight wasn't about revenge. It was about identity. About reclaiming what was taken from me at birth, the truth. Today, I still don't know who my biological mother was. But I'm no longer afraid to find her. And if you're watching this, and you once gave up a daughter in Brookmere 30 years ago, I want you to know something. I survived. And now, I finally know who I am.